What's up, guys? This is a little video about kind of a bit of a realization I had today, uh, and that's my hair is awesome. No, it's I was at this thing today, right? Where because I'm in Vietnam, and it was like this kind of gathering where you put on the flag of your country, and it's like a language exchange thing, basically. Bunch of strangers for me. Um, and I had well, I'll tell you the realization at the end, but basically, yeah. So I was like, because I'm a bit shy and a bit awkward, but more importantly, I just didn't. I wasn't. I was kind of tired. I wasn't really feeling up for it. But I traveled like nearly an hour to get there, right? Um, and I had the intention of trying to make some friends because I'm relatively new to this area, this country. It wasn't really the area, as I just said. It was like 2 hours. It was like an hour away, but yeah. Um, and so I was like, look, all right, I'm fucking here. The drinks are actually really expensive. It looks kind of. They don't really seem like my sort of people, but I've traveled an hour to get here, so I am gonna talk to at least 5 people. That's like what I told myself, right? This fucking shadow, man. Oh my god, it's so annoying, isn't it? Calm down. Um, yeah, and I did, and yeah, I just started, just like anyone really. I just spoke to one guy and like maybe a little stiff, but he was kind of stiff, awkward. But then after a few minutes, it kind of was alright. But I kind of wanted to talk to someone else afterwards. So I was like, oh, where, da, 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 and I went over somewhere else and da da da. And then like I was a little awkward, but it was fine. And one guy I had a good chat with, and I could see me being friends with him. He seemed like a cool guy. Like I would have liked to hung out with him more. And then it just so happens like a girl who I thought was attractive was walking past, right? And I started talking to her. And here's the thing: these like some people think I'm attractive, right? But I don't consider myself like one of those people, like one of those, like, the cool people. Um, this isn't true for all of them, but I just think there's a lot of attractive people who are quite like stuck up, right? And they're kind of weird. They're kind of weird, and they act like everyone else is weird, but like they are acting differently to everyone else. And you don't realize it at the time, but looking back, you're like, that was kind of weird actually. Like she just straight up is like, do you want to go to China? I'm like, what? And it turns out like she's looking for like travel buddies to China, and she was like genuinely considering taking me. And we'd met like 5 seconds ago, So that's like it's kind of weird to be honest. But she says it in such a confident way. You're like, oh, and like you end up feeling like the weird one. Like, I don't know. There's something wrong with it. It's just it wasn't that which was bad. It was what I'm gonna say next, which is like we were talking and I thought she seemed kind of into me, to be honest. Like she was just talking to me a lot and like um, she was kind of like teasing me a bit, and I think she said she was like feisty or something, and like they were just like little hints and stuff. And so I was like trying to flirt with her, but and it kind of started working. It was like going well, and then it kind of got a bit awkward. Like it kind of stopped flowing so well, and and she was like, and then like when it got a bit awkward, she was like, "You have a really unique personality." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't normally tease people, but I tease you because you have a awesome personality. Yeah, you have an awesome personality." I was like, "Okay," and I should have like been like, "Fuck, fuck off," but I wasn't. I was like, um, Oh yeah, I've been told. Yeah, I'm weird. I'm awkward. I've heard it before like many times. I'm weird. I'm awkward. Yeah. And she kind of like didn't really respond. She was just kind of like, you know, that thing that people do sometimes when they're like looking around, like trying to like find someone else to talk to. You know, like. And me being me, just trying to be all like nice and like trying to still be friends with her was like, you can go and talk to someone else if you want. I think there's a guy over there. You know, I was like trying to help her, trying to like fucking help her reject me. You know, I was like, there's a guy over there who talks Chinese. You said you wanted to go to China, maybe. And she was like, oh, where is he? And I was like, oh, he's got black hair over there. And even though she just basically said I was a weirdo, let's be honest, that's what she said. Unique personality. Um, um, and yeah, and then I was talking to some other people and went fine. And then just towards the end, I saw her with this other guy who I was talking to before, and a new guy, and I just felt like I kind of just wanted to hang around some people I'd already spoken to. Like I was kind of just drawn to like the comfort of that, you know. And so I just kind of wandered over, and I didn't want to just go straight and talk to that girl because like that seems kind of like I'm trying to flirt with her. So I was like, I went to the new guy. I was like, oh, where are you from? Um, and I was in the middle of ordering my taxi when I said that, and I kind of look up and I was like, oh, where are you from? Because this is what it is. We're all talking about where we're from, and I was like, oh, where are you from? And he's like, what are you taking a quiz? And I was like, and everyone's like, I was like, no, 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 I'm just ordering a taxi. He was like, what, are you leaving with your girlfriend? And I was like, and everyone's like, what? I was like, no. And, I, and he was really angry at me for some reason. He didn't, I, she hadn't told him about me or anything. He was just like thinking that I was like coming in to like take this woman from him or something. I was just trying to make conversation. And so I'm like getting angry now, but I don't want to. He was quite a big guy, and I don't want to like start a fucking fight or a big shouty argument just in the middle of a party. So I'm like just trying to like de-escalate it. I'm just like, oh, uh, no. So anyway, where are you from? Uh, and he's like, Chicago. Like he's like, why do you want to know Chicago? You know, he says it like that. And then the girl's like, oh, Chicago, Illinois, Illinois, Illinois. No, she's just like, Chicago, Illinois. And he's like, why do you keep saying Illinois, Illinois, Illinois? And she's like, ha 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 ha. I'm like, okay. And I just walk away because this guy's like just raging for no reason. Anyway, and like that kind of put me in a bad mood, and I go and get my taxi, and I kind of just like, you know, take some deep breaths to try and calm down, and I did calm down, and it was fine. I tried not to like think about the things that had happened, and replaying all the conversations, whatever. I just tried to calm down before I thought about anything. Just and that was like way, way. I recommend doing that if you ever end up in that kind of situation. Just take deep breaths and just take like 10 minutes just to calm down before you even like think about what just happened, and like just take in your surroundings and just be like, and just focus on your breath and just calm down. Because if you think about that shit, like, I can't believe he said that. Like, what a fucking arsehole. And you just like go over it, and it's just gonna get worse, and you're just gonna like feel horrible and like pain. And anyway, this is, God, this shadow. What I'm getting at here is I managed to actually calm down, and I could think about what happened rationally, and I noticed myself because I actually we exchanged Instagrams, me and this girl, and I noticed myself um, wanting to like check to see if, oh, maybe she's messaged me on Instagram, or like I should send a rude message as revenge. Oh no, but wait, maybe she's messaged me. I found myself like, hold on, I'm there's this pull, like I'm drawn to this, and sure, she was like physically attractive in my opinion, but it was more than that. It was like, hold on, no, 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 no. What it is I am trying to now prove myself to her that I'm not weird. That's what it is. That is what's pulling me towards her right now. It's like she has just become like this like teacher or something, and I'm like, now I'm like trying to impress her. Like, see, look, I'm being normal now. Do you think I'm weird still? Do you think I'm weird? Do you think I have a weird personality still? You know, I'm like trying to win her round, and it's like that. I think that's what it is because like I have these like, I have this idea that I'm like there's like something wrong with me, and so if someone who's like attractive starts to like seeming like they like me, and then suddenly they're like they insult me and they call me weird or awkward or something like that, then that like it's like it presses on a bruise I already have, you know? I already have this idea like I'm weird, there's something wrong with me, I'm weird. So when someone like that does that, it's like it presses on this bruise. It's like it really, really hurts. And and I just feel like this pain, and but above all I have this urge, go back to them, go back to them and prove that, make them say you're not weird, prove to them somehow. And I realized that's like the basis of like some toxic situations that I've ended up in the past with people, usually like attractive women who seem and are actually attracted to me, but then there'll be a few times where they'll kind of will have like an awkward interaction and they kind of can't deal with it, and I can be awkward sometimes, but you know they'll kind of lash out a bit and they won't just be like, oh, this is awkward. They'll be like, no, you're awkward, this is your fault. They can't deal with it, so they'll just, you're weird, you're awkward. And then I just, yeah, I'll just like get addicted to trying to win them over, and I never quite can, because it just, they have their own issues and they give mixed signals or they pull away, and it just becomes this thing, and it's not about them, it's just this fucking inner urge to prove to them that I'm not weird, because if I can convince them I'm not weird, then I will